You're watching DD India News Hour. I'm Ramesh Ramachandran. On to the next big story we are tracking here on DD India News Hour. Hearing has begun in the excise policy case after Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal was produced before Rouse Avenue Court just a short while ago. Special Judge Kaveri Baveja is listening to the arguments in the Rouse Avenue Court. Earlier, Kejriwal withdrew his plea against arrest by the Enforcement Directorate from the Supreme Court of India. Senior advocate Abhishek Manu Singhvi, appearing for Kejriwal, told the top court that Kejriwal was withdrawing the petition in the Supreme Court as it is clashing with the remand. India's Economic Intelligence Agency on Thursday had arrested Kejriwal. It is investigating allegations that a liquor policy implemented by his government in 2022 gave undue advantage to private retailers. The Enforcement Directorate, which is investigating the money laundering angle in the case, had issued 9 summons to Kejriwal for questioning. In view of protests by the Aam Aadmi Party, the Delhi police has beefed up security measures in the central part of the city. Heavy personnel deployment and multi-layer barricading are in place in the area where AAP members have gathered to hold a sit-in against Kejriwal's arrest. Paramilitary personnel equipped with anti-riot gear were stationed to ensure maintenance of law and order. And my colleague Vikas Sathi joins us from New Delhi for more on this developing story. Vikas, first of all, talk to us a bit about the charges against Kejriwal. 2 Aam Aadmi Party leaders, Manish Sisodia and Sanjay Singh, are already behind bars. Also, BRS leader K. Kavita is in ED custody.
Right, Ramesh. So the allegation against Arvind Kejriwal are similar to which we have seen in the past against Manish Sisodia and 2 other leaders you just mentioned. And in fact, K. Kavita has been recently arrested by the Enforcement Directorate, and after her arrest, ED for the first time made Arvind Kejriwal an accused in this whole investigation. As far as the allegations are concerned, the ED alleges that the excise policy of Delhi was changed in a manner to benefit some selected liquor companies, particularly from the southern India, and in the return they received kickback from those companies which were tuned to almost 100 crore rupees, though ED is still working out on establishing the trail of these kickbacks which were allegedly received by the Aam Aadmi Party, and it was also alleged that this money was spent in Goa Assembly election. So the whole allegation of Enforcement Directorate and the CBI also that the excise policy was manipulated to benefit certain companies, and this particular decision in fact also resulted in the decline of government revenue. So these are the broad charges against earlier against Manish Sisodia. Now ED says that Arvind Kejriwal is also a co-conspirator. As of now, he has been produced before the PMLA court at Rouse Avenue Court, and there will be a kind of remand application from ED later. As of now, the arguments are going on from the petitioner side. They will certainly oppose the remand application of Enforcement Directorate. Earlier also in the Supreme Court and as well as in the High Court yesterday and day before yesterday, legal team of Arvind Kejriwal alleged that this whole case is a politically motivated case. So again, we expect same kind of arguments in the lower court as well.
And very quickly, Vikas, since you referred to his remand hearing taking place as we speak in the Rouse Avenue Court, what can you tell us about the plea challenging his arrest and remand? Where do things, or where could things go from here?
Well, Ramesh, it is very unlikely that that court will give any kind of relief to Arvind Kejriwal today itself. Certainly, court will entertain ED's remand application and will send Kejriwal to ED custody. Later, he will be produced before the similar court, and then again ED will inform the court whether investigation was fruitful, whether Kejriwal responded all the questions, or again ED wants an extension of that custody. So it is very unlikely that the arguments of the petitioners, Arvind Kejriwal, will be entertained by the lower court today, but we will have to wait for that. Generally, on the first date, custody is given, whether it is Enforcement Directorate or CBI. During the first hearing, generally court accepts the remand application and sends the accused to custody of the investigating agency.
All right, we leave it at that. Vikas, thank you. Right, before we close, Vikas, just a quick follow-up as well. As you mentioned, the remand hearing is going on in the Rouse Avenue Court. So, correct me if I'm wrong, if I understood you correctly, after this hearing is over, he will be placed in ED custody, ED remand for the next few days?
Yeah, exactly. Ramesh, it is expected that he will be sent to custody since it is a very beginning of the arguments, and in fact, most of the cases, more than 99% of the cases, on the very first day, an accused is sent to the police custody. Here, Enforcement Directorate is investigating this whole case, so he will be certainly sent to the custody. What will be the duration of that custody, we will be able to know later, and will take some time since both sides will argue at length. And it is also expected that the judge concerned will first reserve the order and give a detailed reasoned order before sending him to ED custody.
All right, on that note, Vikas, thank you for now. We'll keep coming back to you for more as we go along. That was my colleague Vikas Sarthi reporting from outside the Supreme Court in New Delhi. Now, before we move any further, I want you to take a look at a timeline of the summons by the ED to Arvind Kejriwal. Take a look at your screens now. In November 2021, the Delhi government implemented a new excise policy. By July 2022, the Chief Secretary reported violations, prompting the Lieutenant Governor to recommend a CBI investigation. The CBI then raided Deputy Chief Minister Manish Sisodia's residence. The ED filed a money laundering case which led to the arrest of Manish Sisodia. AAP leader Sanjay Singh was also arrested. Then the ED sent the first summons to Kejriwal in October 2023, which was skipped by him. Kejriwal skipped the subsequent summons too. Later, Kejriwal moved the Delhi High Court against the ED, but he did not get relief. Kejriwal skipped the 9th summons leading to his arrest by the ED on Thursday.